It's late at night. You think you're safe. You turn the lights out, and then you hear a scream and shout. No one's home. You're alone. Lay back down, pull up your sheets. Your knees start to feel weak. You can feel your heartbeat. Is your door closed? You feel your feet exposed. Now you're in a state. It's much, much too late. You can't escape this deadly fate. Warning, the following podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this podcast is intended for mature audiences only. We're back.
I didn't even know you started it.
We are back. Welcome back, to Sinister Ghouls, Twisted Sisters, your paranormal, true crime, and everything creepy podcast. My mic wasn't working a minute ago. Poo-poo stool counted us down like 6 minutes and 20. Poopy ghoul.
Oh, she did say poo-poo stool. I have a slight headache. That's why I just winced because I laughed so hard.
Oh, God. No. Already.
Ron, no.
So, I'm here. I'm your host, Ghoulie Gonzo. I'm here with
Jojo Ghoul.
Jojo Ghoul. And
poo-poo stool, apparently.
And poo-poo. So, talk about my drink. And that's probably what I was going to say.
Oh, it's got to be.
Oh, it's a snowstorm day.
Listen.
Oh my God, everybody's acting like it's so scary.
Listen.
Spring's coming early and there's like, 6 ounces of snow on my
the groundhog didn't see
I said on my drive-through. And the groundhog didn't.
Drive-through. This is the first year in many years he has not seen
Why
it.
is that? Did I bring my spirit animal? Maybe that's my spirit animal.
Yeah, you came back from Florida and fucking ruined my winter.
I've loved it. I've had those couple like wintry days where you want to eat
There's
ramen
been like
and tuna
one
fish sandwiches.
winter day. The rest, it's fucking spring.
She said ramen and tuna
I'm
fish.
pissed.
Ramen.
Oh,
noodles
ramen and tuna fish
with a tuna fish.
Yeah, that's
sandwich.
an absolute winter day snack. Or yeah.
I mean, what other sandwich could we do?
No, but it was like that. I feel like we did that all the time.
Yeah.
Ramen and tuna.
Yeah. What was our summer food?
Spaghetti salad, pasta salad.
Yes, and Mom would make homemade subs. We'd have homemade sub night.
Yeah. Oh, bologna and cheese subs with Doritos or honey barbecue chips.
I used to put it right on the sub.
I just went to swallow, but the top part of my throat didn't work, so it stayed right there. But this moved.
Your face was like,
because that was an odd. I had to do it again just to make sure they're both working again.
That was odd. It's not what we're saying is it's like snowing a little bit, and everyone's like, "Oh no, everybody, no. Watch out, Ron! It's snowing." We're in like New York, you guys. So it is what it is. We're in New York, but what I'm saying is now you understand the fucking weather complaints coming from myself.
Complaints.
Complaints.
What?
You guys, I'm drinking rum, but that brings me to my next thing. I'm drinking rum and cokes.
Yeah.
Rum and cokes. And oh man.
I don't know why.
She's trying to cheers me with what?
Listen, no, I was showing everybody.
What the fuck?
Why did that happen? Nervous.
Shout out to Are You Afraid of the Dark, the old ones.
I love it.
I go.
No, yeah, the new ones, fuck them.
The new ones, fuck them. Do you have heartburn?
No, I have like. I have to burp.
You don't eat them.
They did.
I haven't eaten
Oh,
today.
you guys, because of this big, crazy 8-ounce snow that's on the ground, they stopped.
You said 8 ounce. Like, do you know how small 8 ounces is?
Yes, that's why I just said that. There's like nothing.
It's a cup.
Listen, that's the whole point, you guys.
Okay.
I meant 8 ounce, meaning like everyone's closing because they're fucking crybabies.
Yeah, DoorDash is fucking
This is like
closed.
if Arizona was to get snow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? They blew. You woke up and there was a tiny bit of
Awful.
ice on your window.
They've ruined our tradition.
So they didn't get their gabagoo, which is Italian for, well, that's gabagoo too. What'd she say?
Say it
I
again.
said I'm actually so mad over here.
No, I know.
So
Poop's
stool poopy ghoul over here.
Stool poopy ghoul. No.
Poopy ghoul. Sorry, I'll try not to say stool.
Poopy ghoul stool.
Poopy ghoul stool over here. They were gonna get some Burger King, and you guys, ouch! I was gonna get the wild cherry fucking slush puppy.
No, Fanta.
Fanta fucking wild cherries,
crazy.
fucking slush puppies.
The one from McDonald's is real good. So
Oh
I'm
my-
betting BK is probably pretty good too.
I go to.
I'm gonna.
Well, they closed this down. They're like, no, this is a terrible
State of
storm.
emergency.
They
We're getting
said-
an inch of snow.
Whoa!
We're
We have a
getting into
winter
snow.
weather advisory, people.
Nah, let's see if they change their mind.
They said come pick up your own food. I said what would be the point in that? You know, they're still closed. I just checked again. Oh wait a minute.
Poopy Jojo yeah is drinking Michelob Ultra, so that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
This just in: DoorDash is now open, and we have received our Burger King. I got nervous.
She said Burger King.
I just needed them to know.
I got that wild cherry thing. I just ate a French fry.
Oh, good.
It's really good. I think I have brain freeze. I want brain freeze. So Burger King. Oh, I mean DoorDash. Stop being a crybaby.
Yeah,
So I take back all my shit.
It snowed more, so they're like, this is a great time to open.
Oh shit. So yeah, Burger King's here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all happy again.
So today, there goes that weird. I feel like it's still.
Maybe your head's plugged, because I think it sounds normal.
Does it? You will know when you guys tell me. What the
fuck? I'm just trying to make
That was
sounds.
amazing. Oh, we have listeners in Finland.
Really?
Yep,
Wow.
new ones. Finland.
We're all over the world.
And it was Trinidad and Tobago.
Tobago?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that one.
Oh my lord.
The home of the funeral flower, honey. No.
She's cute.
She was talking about bleeding hearts, which are the official funeral flower of Tibet.
Oh. Samsonite way off. Samsonite way off. So,
I hope that was a true fact. I heard it in the movie. Settle down.
Hitting that mic, I said.
Grow up.
Grow up. Fucking grow up. So, okay. Today's episode is one of JoJo Ghoul's pickings.
I heard about it on TikTok.
So, and I have so much on him. I don't say that cool part that you were telling me.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not in here, because I don't remember all the shit I did. I can't remember if it was on here, if I just was talking about it with you. Maybe my voice just sounds. You hear that? Up and down. What's going on? Hold on.
Wait, this was being sat on.
Oh, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. We're just checking some shit, you guys. Bum.
Pum, pum, pum.
Da 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Oh, I am recording stuff.
Ow, I think I just broke my
So I'm just gonna do this now, and if it does dumb weird things, then it does.
I think it sounds all right.
Oh, that was wild cherry acid. Burped up my esophagus. Sexy. Sexy.
You said burped up.
Okay, Dennis Andrew Nilsen, aka the Kindly Killer.
I'm excited to hear, because I don't know anything about it other than that one thing.
There's a lot. I'm hoping that we found it out in the one episode.
I'm scared.
Or
really?
The Muswell Hill murders. Yep, murderer was a Scottish necrophilic and ephibophilic serial killer. Ephibophilic? Whatever, serial killer who was active in London. He is sometimes called the British Jersey Shore, the British Jeffrey Dahmer, because of the similarities in their victimology and their modus operandi. So, as a young child, Nilsen was very close to his grandfather and would eagerly wait for him while he was at sea. So, on October 31st, 1951, a month before Nilsen's 6th birthday, White died of a heart attack. That was his grandfather. While he was fishing in the North Sea. Ooh, the North Sea.
It's the most dangerous. Do you know how hot it is? I'm quoting Gentleman Jack. She yells about being on the North Sea.
The North Sea.
Dangerous sea.
It's the North. The North Sea. No. See, do you hear that? The North Sea. Like it breaks here and there when I'm talking normal. Maybe not.
I hear nothing.
You guys, am I tripping? Fudge. All right. His body was brought to the family's home burial
for burial, sorry. And Nilsen's mother let him see it, telling him that his grandfather was sleeping.
Oh boy.
So the loss of his grandfather, plus being able to see the body before the burial, had a profound effect in Nilsen's personality.
Well, I mean, but that was like common back then and today. I mean, we still do that.
Yeah.
That didn't turn somebody into a serial killer.
Or, yeah, a serial killer. I said, or yeah, a serial killer. Okay. He became quiet and reserved and would shun other adults' attempts to offer him affection. His favorite activity or thing to do was to travel to the harbor alone and watch his fishing boats as they arrived and departed.
Mhm.
Not his, but the fishing boats.
I was saying, how many did he have?
There's a few. His favorite, oh, whatever, I already said that. During, I just keep laughing at myself. During one of these excursions in either 1954 or 1955, Nilsen somehow became submerged in the water and was almost dragged out to sea.
Oh.
Should have been. He panicked at first.
Yeah.
But once he ran out of oxygen, he had a near-death experience, which caused him to calm down and believe that his grandfather was coming to get him. He was then pulled out of the water by other youngsters shortly after this happened.
Huh.
So Nilsen's mother remarried to another man, and the family subsequently moved to the inland village of Stryken. Yes. With onset of puberty, Nilsen realized that he wasn't heterosexual, but he was unsure if he was gay or bisexual because these boys that he was attracted to looked suspiciously like his sister.
What?
Awkward.
The fuck?
Awkward. Let me sip this.
These boys that he was attracted to?
Mm-hmm.
Looked like his sister.
They look like his sister.
What's his sister look like?
Those boys. So, to test this fucking theory,
oh boy,
he fondled both of his sister and brother as they slept.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. But his brother woke up in the middle of the act. Since then, Nilsen was bullied and called a hen.
A hen?
Scottish slang for a girl.
Oh.
And this was by his brother. Nilsen decided. I said it like Bob.
Yeah.
And
this was by his brother.
Okay. Nilsen was bullied, whatever, and called a girl hen. So Nilsen decided that he would leave Stryken and join the Army Cadet Force at age 14. So as previous steps to sign for the British Army after finishing his high school years. His first destination was Osnabrück, a city in West Germany.
Okay.
I think it's Osnabrück.
Sounds right.
Yeah. There, Nilsen drank high quantities of alcohol to reduce his shyness and help himself socialize more with people that were in that as well.
Mhm.
So there was a time where he had passed out and woke up on the floor of an apartment and was owned by one of his friends, one of the German friends he had.
Mhm.
So even though there was no sexual activity that really happened, that this incident became like a source for his fantasies about having sex while one of the parties was mostly immobile, and he would pretend to be passed out during later drinking sessions in
So
hopes,
weird.
that once or one of the partners made sexual advances on him.
So he wanted to be molested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's what it sounds like, right?
No, yeah, if someone's sleeping, you can't touch them. But he's like, I hope somebody here is a rapist.
Or is he wanting them?
No, that's what I mean. He's hoping he encounters somebody like that.
In 1967, Nilsen was redeployed to Aden, South Yemen, and assigned to El Mansoura prison. The violence from pro-independence groups led to the abduction of the ambush murders of several of Nilsen's companions, friends, that type of stuff.
His boyfriends?
Companions. I don't know. Nilsen himself was nearly abducted by a local taxi driver once.
What?
He was probably hoping and praying. I'm hoping
and
thinking,
loving, and loving and thinking.
and praying. Okay. So the man had knocked him unconscious and placed him in the trunk of his car. However, he regained consciousness before reaching their destination. So when the guy opened the trunk with the intent to obviously throw him out of there, drag him out, do whatever, Nilsen knocked him to the floor with a jack handle, and then he did what he was going to do to him. No. They switched
Oh, I
roles.
thought
No,
I was like,
no.
really?
No.
That would have been
Nilsen
crazy.
knocked him to the floor with a jack handle.
What's a jack handle?
I don't know.
Like for a car jack, honey?
A jack handle is at the back of the car jack.
It's not. You don't know.
Oh, Burger King's Fanta wild cherry ice drink is so good. Heads up, everyone.
They are good.
So, yeah, so he had hit him with a jack handle, beat him until he was unconscious, and left him locked in his own trunk. That's what Nilsen did to the guy that kidnapped him. Now, granted his own room, Nilsen began to use a freestanding mirror to simulate sex with a masculine partner.
What?
Manly masculine
How?
partner.
Like, just imagine somebody with him? He's got a crazy imagination.
So he's just standing in front of a freestanding mirror and like, oh,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean, like, doing what?
I don't know, posing like there's a big masculine partner in front of him.
Is he the guy? Or
I mean, women, I guess, can be masculine.
No. But I meant, was he both characters? Is what I meant.
I don't
Masculine dude.
Now, granted, his own room. I don't know. His fantasies became unambiguously necrophilic.
That's weird.
After he discovered the painting, The Raft of the Medusa, following brief stays in Britain and Cyprus. He was destined again to Germany, where he hired a prostitute so he could have intercourse with a woman for the very first time.
Oh, so he's only been boning guys till now. Okay.
Nilsen found the experience, in quotes, overrated and depressing.
He could have just said, I'm gay.
You're just so mean.
It's all right.
Sometimes some of us are fun. Nilsen found that experience overrated and depressing. And to conclude that he was indeed. I couldn't get it out.
You said.
And concluded that he was indeed homosexual. We say homosexual, you guys. Tina, my sister's married to a woman, and her name is Poopy Stool Ghoul, or Poopy Ghoul Stool. And Tina is also a lesbian, and our nicknames are homosexuals. Like, that's what we say. They include me.
You're an honorary lesbian. Yeah, you're honorary with us.
So,
we're still trying to get her with a girl, but I don't think it'll happen.
No, sorry, you guys. All penis over here. And real ones, please.
No.
No, not real ones.
No.
Run. That was a scary story to you, huh?
Did you? What am I?
What?
What are you doing?
I couldn't get all this spicy up. You gotta move the straw around. So now he knows he's really homosexual because to have sex with a woman is just depressing.
Yeah,
extremely overrated.
Overrated, I guess.
So is having sex with a man most of the time. Truth. I know you guys know nothing about that, YouTube, Poopy Stool and JoJo Ghoul.
No.
But I agree. It is overrated and depressing to have sex with a male.
But I agree.
Nilsen retired from the army in 1972 and returned to Stryken, where his mother repeatedly, I hope it's Stryken instead of Strichen. I think I heard Stryken when I was learning about it.
Looks, it seems more right, but it does look like, I would pronounce it Strichen, but I also know that's
I heard
not
somebody
right.
pronounce it. I thought Stryken.
It's probably Stryken. It's German, right?
Yes.
Stryken.
Strychen.
Did I sound it?
Strychen.
Yeah, it's TH. CH.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with Stryken. You guys heard Strychen if you wanted it.
Stryken.
So, this is where his mother repeatedly voiced her concerns for Nilsen's lack of interest in female companionships. In other words, hooking up with the ladies and getting some.
His mom was pissed. Huh?
Yeah, she was like, I know something's wrong. Where's that? Is Opie still in here? Okay. I'm hearing barking again. I have a ghost. A few months later, Nilsen and his brother attended a group watching, of a documentary on male homosexuality. Everyone present spoke of the subject derisively, except for Nilsen, who defended gay rights. A fight between Nilsen and his brother ensued, and after its conclusion, Nilsen's brother told their mother that Nilsen was homosexual. This led to an estrangement between him and his brother. So let's see. And in December, he left Stryken for London to join the Metropolitan Police. So
He was a police
they're not
officer.
close anymore, the brother and him, because his brother said, you're gay, pretty much.
He said,
You're homosexual.
Yeah, bitch.
He's like, all right, we're done. We're not friends anymore. We're not talking. But he wasn't wrong. So why are you mad? Now you're not talking
because he didn't want him to be gay. People have that reaction.
So, after graduating from Academy, Nilsen began to visit gay pubs. I was going to say academy.
You know what?
Academy.
It looks like that could be a thing.
Academy.
Now I can't read it right. Academy.
After he graduated, he began visiting gay bars and pubs, and he resigned from the force after a year of service. So after a brief stint as a security guard, quote, nobody saw that but JoJo. I went security guard,
quote, unquote.
He settled for a civil servant post at a job center where he rarely interacted with his coworkers and was considered a workaholic.
Okay.
Nilsen had several brief sentimental relationships during this time, but they all ended in failure. As a result, he came to believe that he was unfit for long-term relationships. Bum, bum, bum. Criminal Minds, Fathom.com, Dennis Nilsen. So let's talk about Nilsen killed his first victim, 14-year-old Stephen Holmes, on December 30th,
14-year-old,
1978. Yep. Holmes encountered Nilsen in the Cricklewood Arms pub, where Holmes had unsuccessfully attempted to purchase alcohol. So according to Nilsen, he'd been drinking heavily alone on the day that he met Holmes before deciding in that evening that he must at all costs, in quotes, leave his flat and seek company.
What an asshole.
So Nilsen invited Holmes to the house. I'm sorry, hold on, let me scroll. To the house with the promise of the two drinking alcohol and listening to music. So he believed him, obviously. What was he, approximately 17? He believed him to be approximately 17.
Okay.
I said approximately. But anyways, Nilsen's home, both he and Holmes drank heavily before they fell asleep. Following morning, Nilsen woke up and he found sleeping Holmes beside him on his sleeping bed in his flat.
In his sleeping bed.
In his sleeping bed.
In a sleeping bed.
In his subsequent written confessions.
I love how you drank that directly into the mic.
Sorry, y'all.
I liked the sound. I'm not kidding.
It's so good. So in his subsequent written confessions, Nilsen stated he was afraid to wake him in case he left me. After caressing the sleeping kid, Nilsen thought that Holmes was, maybe to stay with him over the new year, whether he wanted to or not. In other words, yeah.
He is like Jeffrey Dahmer.
So reaching for a necktie, Nilsen strangled Holmes as he strangled him into unconsciousness before drowning the teenager in a fucking bucket, obviously filled with water.
Nilsen, terrible.
Right? Nilsen then washed the body in his bathtub, and he did that before placing Holmes on his bed and caressing him. Trigger with these murders. R-worded. S-aid.
Tongue is so pink. Look at her tongue.
Oh, because I didn't plug those. I didn't plug that into that thing into the wall. Extension cord, if you'd like.
Do you want it on, honey, or you like them off?
Nilsen put him on his bed and caressed his body. Trigger. I already said that. He twice masturbated over the body before awaiting the passing of rigor mortis to enable him to stow the corpse beneath the floorboards. That's horrible.
No, that's fucking terrible.
It's like a scary story.
It is. No, we can't.
This is not funny at all.
No,
it's not funny.
No, it isn't.
It sucks.
Stop it. It's awful.
But listen, you guys, you can laugh at people you love when they're funny in the middle of a bad story.
I mean, yeah.
It's not funny that he put him under the floorboards.
None of this is funny.
None of it.
What I'm laughing at is you trying to read it while eating that food. You look like
Being
you're fucking
drunk.
3.
You guys, I don't remember.
Get it together.
Finish that wild cherry. So, beneath the floorboards, homebound corpse remained beneath those floorboards for almost 8 months before Nilsen built a bonfire in the garden behind his flat.
What?
And burned the body on August 11th,
How
1979.
did nobody smell that body for 8 fucking months?
August 11th, 1979.
Dear God.
Reflecting on his killing that he did in 1983, Nilsen stated that having killed Holmes, quote, I caused dreams which caused death. This is my crime. He said that he had started down the avenue of death in possession of a new kind of flatmate.
This guy's
What
a bitch.
dick. Oh my God. You said bitch and I said dick.
They're both true, but even worse. But I just can't say the C word on air.
You're kind in the UK, right? That's a sign of love. See you next Thursday already.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh. Hey, Thursday starts with a T.
Yeah, but in SpongeBob, they're fucking sneaky bastards. There's a part where he says, see you next Tuesday, Mrs. Puff.
I mean, she's a
School starts on Monday, though. He was going to boating school. They totally meant that for yeah, but like you said over there, I feel like they just say it across the pond all the time. They fucking say. I won't say it. Online. I'll say it, but not online. I don't know. I feel like it's a wicked bad word.
Because we were brought up thinking that was a bad word.
Well, Mom says all the time. Poop's favorite word is that. But
I
feel
like it.
If Uncle sees both of them, we're gonna listen. Like I wouldn't want them to hear me say.
You guys know that I'm just saying it, right?
Are you gonna say it?
Oh.
Yeah, but you said it funny. Say it.
Con.
You wouldn't say it either.
Not
you
online.
You won't do it.
Not online.
See?
I have too much respect for my mother.
Mom says it all the time. She does.
No, Grandma. Grandma's not.
Grandma Peas.
She said everyone's named the family in this episode.
She got mad at once at camp for watching Beyond Belief Factor Face. Remember, honey? She said, "Why are you guys watching this?"
It's fun.
Yeah, well, she didn't think it was appropriate for camp.
For camp? Was anyone watching it with you?
No, it was just me and Poop.
So you can watch it wherever you want.
Why are you watching this? I said,
"This is not appropriate
because we like it." And she said,
"Oh,
so upset."
Grandma P is funny.
She's wild.
Okay.
Sorry.
October 11th, 1979. Nilsen attempted to murder a student from Hong Kong. His name was Andrew Ho, whom he had met in a St. Martin's Lane bar/pub. So he kind of got him to go to his apartment or his flat, promising of, we're going to do it.
And stuff.
We're going to have sex. Yeah, so Nilsen attempted, trigger again, you guys. Just if you didn't hear it the first time, don't listen to this. If R words and SAs, incidents like that bother you, don't listen.
Yeah.
Because this is his story. Nilsen attempted to strangle Andrew Ho, who managed to flee from his apartment and then reported the incident to the police, which I think is eerily the same, coincidentally, with Jeffrey Dahmer, the young boy who...
Oh, but he did not. He got sent back with him.
I know, but I'm saying, like, he got out and everything.
Yeah, that is why. Yeah, a lot of this is super similar. It's weird.
Nilsen was
Who
questioned.
was first?
Huh?
Who was first serial killer? Well, I guess they didn't have the internet back then, so it wouldn't matter. It's not like they copied.
All right, wait. When is, yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer killed his first victim, June 1978. This is October 1979, so...
Oh, shit, they're, like, all there together.
Around the same time.
Whoa.
Shit, motherfucker.
That's gnarly.
Mother shit.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So, so Nilsen was questioned in relations to the incident, but Andrew decided not to press charges. Andrew!
What?
Oh, Andrew!
Andrew?
Come on, Cletus.
Damn it.
Come on, Cletus.
Damn.
So, 2 months after the attempted murder of Andrew Ho on December 3rd, 1979, Nilsen encountered a 23-year-old Canadian student named Kenneth Akaden or Okaden. Sip again. So, who had been on tour of England from England visiting relatives. So Nilsen encountered Okaden as they both drank in the West End bar/pub. Upon learning that the young man was a tourist, Nilsen offered to show Okaden several London landmarks. He also offered an offer which Okuden accepted, obviously. Nilsen then invited the student to his house on promise of drinks and some food. Eating and some drinking. So the pair stopped at an off-license en route. Is that what that says? Yeah. Off-license en route to Nilsen's residence. I went.
Yeah, I still don't see
it. The pair stopped and license en route to Nilsen's residence and purchased whiskey, rum, and beer. Whoa, all three,
That's a lot for one night.
That's like my 2 weeks.
That's I mean, yeah. That's a lot.
So, with Okuden insisting on sharing the bill, Nilsen was adamant he could not recall the precise moment he strangled him.
So he didn't know when he decided to strangle him.
Okay.
Or when he actually did. Okay.
So
you read it like one big.
She just hit an empty plastic cup over my whole heart went to my ass, or my heart went my
I
ass.
just closed my eyes.
That was dramatic.
I was freaking out.
That was dramatic.
Oh no. No, we're not. Honey.
So I'm gonna make another drink. Not that I need it. We're gonna come back to Okuden and what happened. So hold tight while we fill our cocktails. Bye. Hello. I just scarfed down a couple of poopy ghoul stools. Chicken fingers, stools. Chicken sticks, whatever the fuck they're called.
Chicken fries.
Yep.
What the?
Oh, I have heartburn. We're back. We're gonna pick up trigger. R-worded S-aid. People get R-worded. People know what that means.
Yeah, I mean,
people
listen,
get
if you just
aid.
don't listen to the story, that's all.
Trigger. So Nilsen. Yeah, Nilsen was adamant he couldn't recall when he, decided that he would do it. So he strangled the young man with the cord of his headphones, Nilsen's headphones, just so you know.
Yes.
Okuden listened to music. What? As Okuden listened to music.
It sounded like you said Obi didn't listen to music.
Wait, so Okuden must have been wearing his headphones.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then that's when Nilsen strangled him with his headphones cord that the kid was listening to.
Okay.
So yeah. He also recalled dragging Okuden across his floor with the wire wrapped around his neck, and he just kept on strangling him, which is horrible.
He dragged him around while he was strangling this poor guy?
I know. Before pouring himself a half glass of rum and continuing to listen to the music on the headphones. Oh, wait, he was listening, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Maybe
he's strangling this poor Okuden with a fucking headphone wire. Pissed off. I said wire.
You did say wire.
So the following day, Nilsen bought a Polaroid camera, and he took pictures of Okuden's body in various suggestive. You
said very suggestive.
various suggestive positions.
That's awful.
He then laid Okuden's corpse spread eagle above him on his bed as he watched television for several hours.
What the fuck?
Before wrapping the body in plastic bags and stowing the corpse beneath the floorboards.
Listen, people in this world are so fucking scary.
I know.
That's so scary. That's all. I'm just scared. And there's more people like this person. And it's scary. That's all. I'm just mad about it. I'm pissed.
Yeah, because he's an asshole.
He's creepy. Fucking. Oh
God, beneath the floorboard. Yeah, no, he's an asshole. I'm just
ugh.
So, let's see. The whole putting his shit up, I don't know, like up on the ceiling, it's making me like...
Yeah, you're psycho creep.
What was it? Spread eagle?
Yeah, above his head while he watched TV.
On approximately 4 occasions over the following fortnight.
Did you say occasions? 4 occasions.
4 occasions over the following fortnight, Nilsen disinterred Okuden's body from beneath his floorboards and seated the body upon his armchair alongside him as he himself watched television and drank alcohol.
That is so
creepy.
Fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm. Yuck.
Like, that makes my skin feel shitty.
Like you need lotion. Put this lotion on the skin.
That's him. He was based on a real guy too. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, God. Nilsen killed his third victim 16-year-old Martin Duffy on May 17, 1980. So Duffy was a catering student from Birkenhead, Merseyside, who had hitchhiked to London without any parents, or without his parents' knowledge. Obviously, he hitchhiked without his parents. Without his parents' knowledge on the 13th of May, after being questioned by the British Transport Police for evading his train fare. For 4 days, Duffy had slept rough near Euston railway station before Nilsen had found him. As he returned from a union conference in the Southport is when he had found him. Duffy, who I was like, is that Buffy? Look, it was like this.
Look, it looks like
Buffy.
this.
Look at both of them were fucking exhausted and hungry.
Yeah.
But Duffy still accepted Nilsen's offer of a meal and a bed, even though he didn't really know him, and for that evening to stay there.
Wild.
So after the young guy had fallen asleep in Nilsen's bed, Nilsen fashioned a ligature around his neck. Then simultaneously,
Simultaneously.
Swammy.
Fuck, now I can't say it.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Fuck, let me look at
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
No. Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
No, simultaneously. You don't need to pronounce the U's. Simultaneously. Now I don't fucking know.
Simulationally. No.
Wait.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Okay, you're done.
Hey Siri. How do you pronounce simultaneously?
Okay. I found this on the web for how do you pronounce simultaneously. Check it out.
Simultaneously. Simultaneously.
Well, he says it with the neck.
Yeah, he's Australian now. That's just a commercial.
Simultaneously.
Oh, you were simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Simon says.
This simul was throwing me off, and I couldn't get back around.
Okay. So, after the young guy had fallen asleep in Nilsen's bed, he fashioned a ligature around that young man's neck. Then, simultaneously, sat on Duffy's chest and tightened the ligature with a great force, in quotes, which means he must have fucking been
real
wicked
tight.
tough. Yeah. Nilsen held this grip until Duffy became unconscious. He drags again this young man into his kitchen, drowns him in the sink before bathing him, or Fibor. I said Fibor, bathing him.
Fibor.
Before bathing with the body, which is weird.
He bathed with his body?
Yeah, before bathing with the body.
Fucked up.
So he recollected as being the youngest looking I had ever seen.
Oh,
you're gross, bro.
This guy's so sick.
You're gross. I punch him.
Yeah.
We condone the don't phone. That means we don't condone violence. It's our rap. Duffy's body was first placed upon a kitchen chair, then upon the bed on which he had been strangled. The body was repeatedly kissed, complimented, and caressed by Nilsen.
What the fuck?
So, both before and after he had masturbated while sitting upon the stomach of the corpse.
Oh my gosh.
I'm nauseous.
That's so awful.
For 2 days, Duffy's body was stowed in a cupboard.
Oh my god. Before
Nilsen noted signs of bloating. Therefore, he went straight under the floorboards.
Like, that's gonna stop it.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is so sick.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, following Duffy's murder, Nilsen began to kill with increasing frequency.
Oh no.
So, before the end of the 1980s, he killed a further 5 more victims.
Wow.
And he attempted to murder one other. Only one of these victims whom Nilsen murdered, 26-year-old William Sutherland, has ever been identified.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So Nilsen's recollections of the unidentified victims were vague, but he graphically recalled how each victim had been murdered and how long the body had been retained before dissecting or getting rid of or shoving in drains and shit out.
Dissecting? Like cutting off their bodies?
Like probably just like dissecting them, like getting rid of them. That's why it sounded weird. I didn't have both those on my hairs.
I didn't have both those on my hairs.
So One unidentified victim that was killed in November had moved his legs in a cycling motion as he was strangled.
Oh.
Nilsen is known to have absented himself, is what it said, from work between 11 and 18 of November. So November 11th and the 18th. He had absent, like wasn't going into work. You know what I'm saying? So likely due to this particular murder, meaning he called in sick.
Ugh.
So another unidentified victim, Nilsen, had unsuccessfully attempted to resuscitate before sinking to his knees and sobbing, then spitting at his own image as he looked at himself in the mirror.
What the fuck?
Weird.
This guy
These are the
is
things
so
he
weird.
remembers about these unidentified
Ugh.
victims. On another occasion, he had lain in his bed alongside the body of a victim, the unidentified one of them, as he listened to the classic theme fanfare for the common man before bursting into tears and crying.
This guy's so
like a little
Wow.
bitch. Sorry, that's not.
Ugh. He
that's
is
added.
a bitch. He's creepy though.
That's added. So, inevitably, the accumulated bodies beneath the floorboards attracted insects and created, as you would guess, a horrible, horrible odor, a foul, deadly, skinly, garbagey, rotteny odor.
Can you even imagine
The
that?
odor. That's what it says.
Odor.
You know, instead of odor, it
Eau de
says
parfum.
Mm-hmm. Particularly throughout summer months, it got really bad.
Yeah.
So on occasions when Nilsen disinterred victims from beneath the floorboard, which if you guys didn't get, is like bring back up. He noted that the bodies were covered with pupae and infested with maggots.
I'm gonna throw up.
Some victims' heads had maggots crawling out of eyes and sockets and mouths.
How awful and
So
sad.
sorry. Trigger gross, trigger. I'm saying it all
I
the
love
time.
how you trigger them after you've said it.
I just say it in case there's more you guys don't want to hear. I said trigger before in the very beginning as well. Yuck.
Yeah,
Gross.
that's terrible.
Ugh. He placed deodorants beneath the floorboards and sprayed insecticide about the flat around the apartment.
That's not going to help.
Twice a day. But that smell of decay, that odor, in the presence of those flies wouldn't go away. Of course they're not. That's because the bodies are still there, dude.
Awful.
Of course they're not going away. Bah. That's why. I go, that's why.
It is why.
So, in late 1980, Nilsen removed and dissected the bodies of each victim killed since December 1979. And then he burned them upon a communal bonfire that he had constructed on a waste ground beneath his apartment, like underneath.
Oh my God.
Weird, right? To disguise the smell of the burning flesh of the 6 dissected, cut up to make easier in case you didn't get it, bodies placed upon this
pyre.
What's that?
Pyre.
Is that like a fire, like a
funeral
grill?
pyre?
Okay, a pyre.
It's wood.
That's
like
pretty.
Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nilsen crowned the bonfire with an old car tire.
Oh, yeah, because that'll make it smell like burning rubber. But also probably bodies. To make it fire hotter, too.
Just trying to cover that body smell of that wax, I said. Jesus. Horrible dick.
He threw some wax melts in
He's
there.
a horrible dick, I said.
He's a horrible dick.
He is a butthole. 3 neighborhood children stood to watch this particular bonfire.
Up.
And Nilsen later wrote in his memoirs that he felt it would have seemed, in quotes, in order if he had seen these 3 children, in quotes, dancing around a mass funeral pyre. When the bonfire had been reduced to ashes and cinders, Nilsen used a rake to search the debris for any recognizable bones. Because, I hate to say he's smart to do that.
Yeah.
But he's a dick. So noting a skull was still intact, so he smashed it to pieces with his rake. On or before, they're not sure, January 4th, 1981, Nilsen encountered this last, I don't know if it's a last, but an unidentified man who he described to the investigators as, in quotes, 18-year-old blue-eyed young Scott at the Golden Globe. Wait.
Nope, not the Golden Globes. The Golden Lion.
Oh my God.
Yeah. At the Golden Globes.
18-year-old blue-eyed young Scott at the Golden Lion pub in Soho. He was lured to Melrose Avenue upon the promise of partaking in a drinking contest. Okay, I can understand that.
Partaking
You want to go meet down on Elm Street and see who can outdrink each other? You bring in that alcohol, then yeah.
Oh, see, now I would teach you to say no to strangers.
I'm too old
We
for
don't
that.
take alcohol from strangers.
I said I'm too old for that.
You would
I
still
don't.
try. You would.
After Nilsen and this victim had consumed several beverages, Nilsen strangled him with a tire. With a tie? I said a tire. Nilsen strangled him with a tie.
Yeah.
And subsequently placed. Oh, that was simultaneously.
No, subsequently.
I know, but I was like,
oh, okay.
I thought it was the same. Subsequently placed the body beneath the floorboards. Nilsen is known to have informed his employers he was ill and unable.
It's just because you've been reading now for a while, so your eyes get I almost said flashy.
Yeah, this will end up being a two-parter.
Opie's barking.
Look, this will be a two-parter.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because look at where we're at. We're gonna go to about here, and then because
Okay.
it'll be half. So he put that poor young blue-eyed stud muffin, sadly, beneath the floorboards. Oh, what? Were you crying for a little while? You did the cry breathe.
It was crying. Because I've had a long day, everybody, and I'm a little bit sleepy. And I was trying to like silently yawn, and sometimes I do that. I push my jaw. Yeah, but it turned into like my breath caught, and so it went. Yeah, it was a yawn.
It was a yawn.
I was trying not to yawn.
It was a yawn.
I'm so tired.
It was a yawn.
It was a yawn.
So he called into work. His employer said he was ill and unable to attend work. I almost said it again. To attend work on January 12th. So
Ale's
in order,
birthday.
huh?
It's our cousin's birthday.
Oh, so in order that he could, cut them apart, both these victims and another identified victim, he had killed approximately 1 month earlier. So by April, Nilsen had killed 2 further unidentified victims, one of whom he described as an English skinhead, whom he had met in Leicester Square. The other he had described as Belfast Boy, a man in his early 20s, approximately 5'9" height, whom he had murdered sometime in February. In relation to the first of these unidentified victims, he later casually reflected, in quotes, "End of the day, end of the drink, end of a person, floorboards back, carpeted replaced, and back to work at
Carpet replaced.
Carpet replaced, and back to work at Denmark Street."
That's fucking wild. Quote. He's like, that's my weekend.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That's that.
Psycho.
It's like my comment. That's that.
And that's that.
So the following month, Nilsen removed the internal organs of several victims stowed beneath his floorboards. He discarded these innards or whatever organs, both upon the waste ground behind his flat. Oh shit. And in his house.
Listen, this guy is
rubbish.
A nightmare.
He's a nightmare.
He's a nightmare person.
You're a nightmare, man.
Oh, I want to watch BB Man.
Oh, Nightmare Man's good if you haven't seen that.
That's a movie?
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't know that.
Midnight Man. Sorry, it's called Midnight Man.
I think we did see that.
I'm like, it's not Nightmare Man.
We say BB Man for the other one.
Poopy Stoogle does not like it.
No.
She doesn't want you to say the BB Man.
Yeah. But I like the movie.
Boat and bats.
Boat Batman.
Baby boy.
Baby boy man.
Baby boy man.
Bing bong man.
Bee-boop man.
Bing bong.
Oh. So, the final victim to be murdered at Melrose Avenue was 23-year-old Malcolm Barlow, who Nilsen, discovered slumped against a wall outside of his house on September 17th, 1981. So, when Nilsen asked him how he's doing, pretty much, because he's standing there, he was informed the medication that Barlow was prescribed for his epilepsy had caused his legs to weaken. I'm already mad. That's sad.
I keep getting
he took
mad.
Advantage of him. Nilsen suggested that Barlow should be in the hospital and he helped support him and walk him into his house before he called an ambulance.
Yeah,
The
right.
following day, Barlow was released from the hospital.
Oh, shit.
And returned to Nilsen's home.
Oh, no.
Apparently to
I'm gonna
thank
cry.
him.
No, I'm pissed. I'm actually mad.
He was invited in. That is it. He was invited in, and after eating a meal, he began drinking rum and cokes like I am.
Oh.
Which I never told you guys.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I'm drinking rum and cokes, you guys. So, like me, he was drinking rum and coke before falling asleep on the sofa. I'm going to punch my popey dope.
Mr. Dope.
Come in here. Come here. Butthole. Okay. So Nilsen manually strangled Barlow as he slept before again stowing his body beneath his kitchen sink the next morning.
This guy sucks.
He does suck.
Opie, you scared me. I didn't see you come
Good.
in. Hi,
Stay
bud.
in here. Nope, stay in here. Lay down. Stay in here.
Good boy.
So, in the mid 1981s, Nilsen's landlord and
You said in the mid 1981s.
Stop. In mid 1981.
There you go.
Nilsen's landlord decided to renovate 195.
Oh,
Jesus. Jesus. Renovate 195 Melrose Avenue, which is his apartment.
Oh, no.
And asked Nilsen to vacate that property. Nilsen was initially resistant to this, that he said, this fucking proposal. But he had to accept that, and he offered whatever 1,000 is in 1,000 pounds from the landlord to vacate the residence. So he moved into the attic flat at 23D Cranley Gardens.
I'm even more creeped out. Now he's in the fucking attic.
I go, in the Muswell Hill district of North London on October 5th, 1981. The day before he vacated that property, he burnt the dissected bodies or the cut up bodies of the last 5 victims he had killed at this address upon a third and final bonfire he constructed in the garden behind his apartment.
It's so fucking wild.
So again, Nilsen ensured the bonfire was crowned with an old car tire to disguise the smell of burning flesh. Good idea. Good call, Jojo. You called it. Nilsen had already, like I said, cut up the bodies of the 4 of these victims in January and in August, and needed only to complete the dissection of Barlow for the third bonfire.
It's so creepy. He just keeps them in his house.
It's disgusting. So Nilsen's murders were first discovered by Dino Rod employee Michael Catran, I believe, who responded to the plumbing complaints that were made both by Nilsen and the other people at the Cranley Gardens that he moved into. This was on February 8th, 1983. So opening a drain cover at the side of the house, Catran discovered the drain was packed with flesh-like substances and numerous small bones of unknown origin.
I feel like someone else did this too. I remember hearing this in one of the true crime
The guy was like shoving it down the drain.
Yeah.
Like cooking
something. It's can you imagine that guy finding that?
It's disgusting.
It's
disgusting. So Catran reported his suspicions to his supervisor, Gary Wheeler. As Catran had arrived at the property at dusk, he and Wheeler agreed to postpone further investigation into the blockage until the following morning. So the next day, prior to leaving the property, Nilsen and another tenant, Jim Alcock, convened, with Catran to discuss the source of this specific disgusting substance. Upon hearing Catran explain how similar the substance was in appearance to human flesh, Nilsen replied, in quotes, "It looks to me like someone has been flushing down their Kentucky Fried Chicken." Nilsen, I want to punch you in your nose. I just want to bitch slap you with a ice glove. So anyways, at 7 a.m. the following day, Catran and Wheeler returned to Cranley Gardens.
I like that name.
So
Cranley Gardens.
It's making me think of Secret Garden movie. I don't know why. So by which time the drain had been cleared. This aroused the suspicions of both men. Of course it did. Someone cleaned them. Catran discovered some scrapes of flesh and scraps of flesh and 4 bones in a pipe leading from the drain, which linked to the top of the house, or the apartment at the top of the house, his new one. To both Catran and Wheeler, the bones looked as if they originated from a human hand, not Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No.
Both men immediately called the police, who, upon closer inspection, discovered further small bones, scraps of what looked to the naked eye like either human or animal flesh in the same pipe. These remains were taken to the mortuary at Hornsey, where pathologist David Bowen advised police that the remains were human, and that one particular piece of flesh he concluded had been from a human neck bone.
From a human neck bore a ligature mark.
Okay.
Like it had one on it.
Okay. Upon learning from the fellow tenants that the top floor flat apartment from where the human remains had been flushed belonged to Nilsen, Detective Chief Inspector Peter J. and two of his colleagues opted to wait outside the house until he came home from work or wherever he was. When he got home, DCI, oh my God, that scared me. I thought it was a car that drove by. It was your phone.
Oh, no, my phone lit up.
DCI J introduced himself and his colleagues, explaining that they had come to inquire about the blockage in the drains from his apartment. Nilsen asked why the police were interested specifically in his drains, and also whether or not the two officers present with Jay were health inspectors or what. So in response, Jay informed Nilsen that the other two were also police officers and requested access to his apartment to discuss matters further. So the three officers followed him up to his place, or up to his apartment, and they could immediately smell odor of like
I don't know how they
rotting
can't smell
flesh.
that outside. Like that is
I'm
not.
looking for my mug that I'm holding. How do you not, like, I don't understand if they can smell
I'm
it.
so uncomfortable by this story.
So he was questioned further as to why the police, or he questioned further why they were there, or why they were interested in his drains.
Which, you know what the fuck they're doing there, asshole.
Yes. He's playing dumb.
I hate this guy.
So to which he was informed that the blockage had been caused by human remains, dummy.
Yeah.
So Nilsen was shocked and acted bewildered and, oh my Lord, oh God, run, like that.
Oh no.
Stating, good grief, how awful, in response. Jay replied, in response, Jay replied, don't mess about it. Where's the rest of the body? All right. Nilsen responded calmly, and he admitted that the remainder of this body could be found in 2 plastic bags in a nearby wardrobe.
Oh my God.
From which DCI Jay and his colleagues said or noted that overpowering smell of decomposition was coming from there. Disgusting.
Yeah.
How sad. How sad. Those were people.
This is awful. This is an awful story.
When you actually think about it. We get so desensitized by horror movies and horror shows.
And just life in general.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Definitely.
I mean, everything is awful, and there's so many bad, awful stories you hear.
So the officers did not open the cupboard, but asked Nilsen whether there were any other body parts like to be found there, anywhere. He responded with, it's a long story. It goes back a long time. I'll tell you everything. I want to get it off my chest, not here, but at the police station. Unquote. He was then arrested and cautioned on suspicion of murder before being taken to Hornsey's police station. So while on the road to the police station, he was asked whether the remains in his apartment belonged to one person or two. Staring out the window of the police car, he replied, 15 or 16 since 1978.
Wow.
Unquote. With that being said,
that's wild. We're
going to end up doing a 2-parter on this. So next week will be the second part and what happened with this dude. And it'll be, I mean, I think it's disgusting. I think it's already gross. I know we laugh a lot, but for real, it's
not
horrible.
Funny, but you're funny, so I laugh.
Listen, you guys, I don't want you to get mad at me.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. Everyone's going to be all right. She's funny, so we laugh.
Sorry, we do. So yeah, it was disgusting. Go on. So this story is a two-parter.
Yep.
And I'm just not happy with it. I feel like he's gross. I don't know. I mean,
no,
obviously,
I just don't like it. The desk pinched my toe a little bit.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Is it what, Ron? Is it what, Ron? Okay. You guys can find us on Spotify. You can find us on, let's see, Pandora, Amazon Music. I think it's still Google Pod. We're going to get on YouTube Music, which is a thing, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, remember I said it before.
Yeah, but it's still exciting.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, Radio Public and iHeartRadio. We are on Facebook. It's a Facebook group, Sinister Ghouls / Twisted Sisters. You can follow us there. We are on Instagram, Sinister Ghouls Podcast. You can follow us there. X, Sinister Ghouls / Twisted Sister. You can follow us there. If you want to send an email to sinisterghoul23@gmail.com, always do that. That's if you have like a topic of some sort or a listener story or whatever. Sinisterghoul23@gmail.com. And listener support, 99 cents, $4.99, $9.99. You can go through podcast Spotify for podcasters.
You can go through podcast.
The link, you can do it that way. Or you can, if you want to support the podcast, capital S space Ghoulie, GHOULE space Gonzo, GONZO. This is Venmo, and that is my Venmo name at Ghoulie, capital G, HOULI 23. So you can send any type of support there as well. And we aren't asking you guys to, we're not telling you have to at all.
No, just if you can.
But if you want to, support us with whatever you think, it doesn't, I mean, we're not telling you.
You don't have to.
Yes. This is just for yourselves to buy t-shirts and tank tops by May.
Wait, you just sounded just like somebody. I can't think of who it was, but it was cool.
I don't know, but that's Venmo.
I liked it.
I have a black tank top on, just in case. Not right now. In my Venmo picture, I have silver jewelry and a black tank top.
It's really pretty.
With tattoos on my arm.
She looks great.
Thanks. So yeah, you can do that. And I don't think I'm really missing anything else besides that. We love you guys. And what was 2 episodes ago with Gabagoo, when we were sick with no voice, you guys went to town with I think it was oh my gosh, I want to tell you guys what it is right now, but we got so many listens on that story.
Really?
I think people just it's a very well-known case.
Oh, that poor kid.
Yes. The death of Timothy.
Yeah.
The death of Timothy Ferguson.
But terrible story.
Yeah. So we just appreciate you guys and our new listeners in Finland. We just appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, it's so interesting to us. And if you guys want to follow us on any of those things, you can also DM us, message us. Once we get to a certain point, like I said, you can send us, whatever, letters, pen pal letters.
Yeah.
Just don't send inappropriate things.
No.
I might laugh really hard.
You'll be blocked.
Depends on what it is.
You're in charge of all of them anyway.
It depends on what you send.
You keep what you want.
Okay. We tried to have fun on that episode, but we also didn't want to laugh too much.
But also it's hard to not because
we're drinking. We're drinking.
But you're just funny when we're not drinking.
I'm funny? Did you hear it? Sounded like someone falling from the sky.
It reminded me of like Mario when like something goes like when you hit the thing.
Yes. I know exactly what you're freaking talking about. But yeah, so that's us, and we're gonna do a 2-parter next week. So the end of this will be next Sunday,
part 2,
and then the week after will be paranormal. And my buddy Joey Diamond Ghoul, he told me I can say his name, and his friend, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will shout them out both on the next paranormal story, because he sent me something that's pretty freaking creepy, and him and his buddy were so
excited.
And he just joined his buddy on our Sinister Ghoul page on Facebook group.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll shout you guys out and talk about it, and I'll post a picture.
Fun.
If you guys got anybody else that's listening, like I said, if you guys want to be on, listen, when I started listening to podcasts, I wanted to be on a podcast. So
now you've got one.
Yes, and now I have one. So I wanted to be on one, meaning I want to tell some of my shit.
Right.
So if you're out there and you're listening to us and you're like, I don't know, just freaking do it, man.
I love spooky stories.
Just do it. You can send in pictures, you can send in video, obviously about whatever paranormal things that you're talking about. Whatever. Let's say you have a porcelain doll that creeps you out since you were a fucking kid. Send in that picture and we'll tell your story.
Yeah.
So this is your chance, because I know for a fact we'll end up getting a ton. And after we start getting a ton, yours could fall in the way.
I love hearing people's stories.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I really do. And I have some for, a new Wicked Tales. Or Wicked Tales. But we just did one, so we're going to have to wait. But anyways, it's snowy. JoJo's got to leave his poopy stool ghoul.
I know, got to wake her up.
And wake her up because she passed out.
Yep.
Opie Doopy is barking in the background. Probably got to take a doop. Hello. So with that being said, we hope that all of you guys have a fantastic day.
And a good eve. Stay safe.
Stay sexy. Stay spooky. Spooky.